right, let's get this started. Hope everybody can jump on. I'm going to get you on my iPad here so I can see everybody. I want to be able to see everybody tonight. But thanks for joining me. This is Julie's Wreath Boutique. And if you're watching live, thanks for joining me. If you're watching on YouTube, this is a recorded Facebook Live that I do on my Facebook page called Julie's Wreath Boutique. Make sure you like and follow me there. Yep, I've got ya. I'm getting y'all up there. Well, looky here. I've got some people joining me. All right. Well, tonight I added a little bit more light to see if we can get this a little bit brighter. But I have an order for a buffalo plaid check red and black wreath. And the center of this wreath is going to use a different petal. So I thought I would get on here, do a live. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And show you how to do this particular wreath. Kind of very similar to what I did last week with the buffalo check white and black wreath, but the center petals are going to be different. But what we're going to do first is we're going to start on the center of this, and I get a lot of messages about what are you using for the centers. This is it's like a cording, and I'm not sure why Hobby Lobby puts this in the ribbon section, in the aisle where the ribbon and the meshes, but that's what they do. It is called the Robert Stanley Collection. Sorry, I'm going to say connection. It's regularly $9.99. Of course, you get it when it's 50% off, and that's what you want. So we're going to use this, and let's get it started. So what I did is I took a piece of foam. It's not really foam, is it? What is it? Styrofoam? Yeah. And this is a 3.8 inch in diameter. I got these at Walmart, and I cut it in half, okay? So that's what we're going to start off with. And I have some of these little Quilters Pens that I like to use, if I can open it up. And the reason why I like to use it is because it has this straight, excuse me, I'm gonna lose my voice, a straight line at the top, and I just kind of like to use it. So I'm gonna get my little fingertips on. I got these at Amazon. Everybody always asks, Amazon.com. I do know Hobby Lobby sells a version of it. I know they don't sell this version, but these came on, got them at Amazon. So we're basically going to start this like we did the other center that I showed you how to do on the other buffalo plaid, the white and black one. But because this is, we're not doing this on felt and we're doing this on foam, I'm going to help secure it with some of these pens. So what you want to do is, this is the hardest part right here. What I'm doing right here is the hardest part, in my opinion. It's just getting it started. So I'm going to kind of hold this. I'm going to take one of these pens, and if you wanted to paint this styrofoam black, you can do that. I don't, but if that would help you, that's okay. But I like to try to just keep it pretty tight. And the reason why I'm going to do this first is because I want this to all dry so that when we use this in the middle of our wreath, everything will be dry and we'll be ready to go. So hold on, and I will show you how to put this wreath together, and it's really not very difficult, and it's been pretty popular for me. I made another one today like this, but using cream and ivory color, and I have a little bit of gray, and it doesn't matter where you put these, but just kind of put them, I just kind of stick them in there just to kind of help hold it all down, okay? And it is very important. So I'm coming to this side where you can see a pen, so you're going to want to make sure that you cover that with your black rope. So these are not floral pens. These are called Quilter Pens. And I got these from Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can get them just about anywhere. Oh, Esther, 70 in El Paso. Oh my goodness, we're supposed to get 3 inches of snow in the middle of the night here. But I've been to El Paso. It's a beautiful place. Alrighty. Some glue, but I wanted to get this started so we can set this aside, let it get all good and dry. And as you can see, I'm just wrapping it. Oops, I just burnt myself. Ouch. That sent a message. Well, we're live. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to get some of this off. You know how glue likes to get on stuff. You can just kind of, I should probably get the glue off my finger. Ouch. I should have like a glass of cold water to put my finger in case I burn myself, but you know, that's the crafter's life, right? How many of you have burnt yourself? Thank you, Gail. You're so sweet. You know, Patricia, I've thought about moving to South Carolina. Don't get me started on that one. See, I'm going to push this down. So I want to make sure all the little gaps. And I know I'm getting a little bit of glue, but I'll go back and I can get rid of that and hide it as well. So let's put another pen here. My husband's family's from North Carolina, the Lumberton area, and we have thought about moving down there in that area, in your neck of the woods. So, but as you can see, I've already got a good bit of this done. It doesn't take very long to do. Oops. I should probably move my mesh out of the way of the hot glue gun. That would be a good idea. Yeah. So you're just gonna see how I'm just kind of pulling it. I'm pulling it pretty tight here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to share this in Wreath Creators and More. Can somebody, I'm gonna take these off. Can somebody go share that for me? Okay. I'm gonna put another, I'm gonna kind of stick it up there. I think some of the glue came down a little bit, but that's okay because we're gonna use that. This, I think I got a bad glue stick because I feel like this is really stringy right now. So I'm not really sure why I'm having to pick at it. But, and I got this new mat and I'm getting glue on it. I got it at Walmart because I think Walmart has the best deals for these mats. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm just kind of trying to hold it, and this is another reason why I wanted to do this first. I shouldn't take these off, but I'm going to take them off. All right. Okay. Look at that, guys. Tell me what gets glue off of these mats. Tell me in the comments. Because I'm going to get glue on it. I've already gotten glue on my brand new mat. So let me know. Somebody told me a while ago during a live, and I've already forgotten. Isn't that bad? I usually have my glass board here, but yeah, don't have that underneath me right now. So, did you, Debbie? $18 for the same mat? Now, when it came to you, was it all rolled up? Because I thought about ordering it from Amazon, but I was like, oh, it's going to be so curvy. I know that's not really a word for what I'm trying to explain, but so as you can see, I'm just adding more glue and going along here. I think I need another glue stick though. Okay. I'm going to try to hold this and grab a glue stick over here. Okay, got another glue stick. I love my glue gun, but oh my goodness, does it hurt when you get yourself with it. Oh my goodness. You're supposed to get 3 to 6 inches, Shelly? Oh my word. Alright, I'm going to just kind of, now as you can see, every single time I do this, I cut these and they're never straight. So as you can see, I have more on one side than the other, so I'll probably kind of glue it onto the braid itself. Okay? I'm going to be really careful here. Okay, alright. Just going to hold that. So what you can do is, if you have some stubborn glue like right here, you can grab a black Sharpie, at least with this, with the black. You can't do that with everything, of course, but you can take a black Sharpie and you can go over that part so that it's not showing up. And I'm going to see if it's over here. Yep. While we're holding and waiting for that, I'm just going to use my black Sharpie and make that go away. I've got like little specks, but it's kind of like lint. You just got to brush it off. That's what you love about the black. It gets, I bet you guys can't see what I can see. Yeah, no, you can't. But that's okay. Alright, so I think we're going to do just a little bit more, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it on the back here. So I'm going to cut off a piece. Find my heavy duty scissors. I still have yet to find a really good heavy duty, you know, like not scissors that can cut through fabric. I have that, but like scissors that would cut through this. So if you know a brand like this is all kind of, you know, I just don't like it anymore. I've worn them out. If you know a good brand, I would love to know what you like. So I'm going to add a little bit. Did Michelle get on here? Somebody giving me a hard time yet? But I do upload these to YouTube. So hopefully within the next few days, I will get this on YouTube. Alright, just a little bit more. And then we're going to make the attachment for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue right here now. And I'm going to do that. You can even take, these are the floral pens. You could even, with this, you could even go like that. And that way it's on there. Okay, so there's the center. And I know you guys can't really see all the, but this is on a sphere instead of it being flat like I showed you in the previous video. So now how are we going to get this onto this? Well, I'm going to take, I had some pipe cleaners. I had some black pipe cleaners. I was going to be all fancy and use the right color. But it really doesn't matter because I'm going to just grab 2 of these white ones because nobody's going to see these, okay? So you're going to take it on the back here, and I just like to do a cross section, and then I take another floral pen and I go right down into it, and I use my one extra. I'm going to grab another one here, and I like to put at least 2 going in both directions, okay? So I'm not done yet. I'm going to just take a piece of felt, and I'm going, it doesn't have to be anything in particular, but I'm just going to put a nice piece of felt with a lot of glue on it. And this is another reason why I wanted to do this first, so we can let this dry, okay? So we're going to put this to the side, and that's how we'll put it in, okay? But that is the center for your flower. Okay, so let's get started on the petals, okay? As you can see, I did start the wreath a little bit because this is the same technique that I showed you last week, and I didn't want to be too repetitive here. So what we're going to do here is we are not going to layer the fabric mesh yet on this row. So basically on the outer row, if you look between all of the what do I want to call them, guys? The bars, the crossbars, I have put 2 petals in each section. Now, you don't have to use this color. You can use whatever color you want. You can use whatever kind of mesh you want. You can do this with deco mesh. You could use poly burlap and then do the overlay with the deco mesh that I'm going to show you here in a minute. But for this particular wreath, I did 2 all the way around inside each of the brackets on the second rim here, just like I showed you in the buffalo plaid white and black check. But tonight we're going to use some black. Okay, this is poly burlap, 10 inches. You can find it at Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree, and the Wreath Shop. Those are the places that I like. Those are the places that I buy from, and I would recommend those. So 10-inch roll, cut at 10 inches with my wood burner. And if you haven't seen my wood burner, there's a video. It's like the 3rd video I have on YouTube a couple years ago. It's a 2-minute video to show you how to cut your poly burlap. So what we're going to do is now we're going to take a black petal and we're going to put it on all of the bars. Okay, this is just how I did this particular wreath. You again can do whatever colors you want. As you can see, I just put the 8-inch zip tie underneath the one and let it sit there, and it just sits there really nice. So we're going to just do our petal the normal way. Okay, the curl side up, you meet in the middle, and you're going to gather. Now here is what I do is I flip it over, put my fingers in between, and I'm going to just go and fold one of these over top of the other petal. So like just like a little bit of an overlay. I'm going to pinch it, take it here, and I'm just going to attach it with my zip tie. That's all there is. Okay, I'm going to put another zip tie under here. That crossbar, it just sits under there really nicely. Do another petal. We're going to gather, put my fingers in there, and then I'm just going to fold it up with one petal over top of the other just slightly. Oops, I gotta turn my zip tie the right way. And we're just gonna add it. And keep going. So we're just gonna do these on all the crossbars. I just wanted a little bit of black to kind of come through. When you look at this wreath, you'll just see a little bit of black just kind of stick out, and I just kind of like the look of that. So, alrighty, I'm catching you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not really good about reading all the comments, but I really like to be able to use your time wisely. Whether you are on YouTube watching me, thank you by the way, make sure you subscribe, or if you're just on Facebook with me on my business page, Julie's Wreath Boutique, because you guys have a lot to do. You guys, there's other people doing lives, and you can support and watch them and learn new things and be all crafty. But I do have some other tutorials, and I know that do you dream of petals? Gail, sometimes when I'm making a lot of wreaths, yes, I dream of wreaths. And I'm trying to think of something new to come up with, but this is what I'm doing for now. So I just like the looks of that. Don't you like the look of that? I do. So we're just going to cut off these. So we're going to do our middle row. And the middle row is going to be just like we did the other wreath, the black and white check. So I'm not going to attach anything to the bars, but we're going to focus on the inside of sections, and we're going to put 3 petals on each section. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a red, But I was going to tell you guys, if you like my videos, I do have an Etsy shop. I sell these wreaths, but I also sell produced video tutorials on premium wreaths and premium designs that I have some Facebook groups for, and you know, it's just something I do. I do sell wreaths, but I also sell videos as well and tutorials. And if anybody has seen any of the, if you bought the stuff, you guys know you really like it. Are my zip ties jaggy? Not really, but you're not going to feel any of that. So right now, I put a red, and I'm going to put a black, and I'm going to put a red. So I like the look of the back of this wreath when it's done because it's very clean looking. If you didn't want to add, you know, if you didn't want to add a felt piece like I do, you wouldn't necessarily have to. But I always cover it with felt because honestly, my customers like it, and it's funny, I get reviews and people will mention, oh, it's even covered in the back. So it's kind of nice. All right, so as you can see, on each section we're going to do 2 on the reds on the outer and a black on the inside. So, oh, freezing rain in Missouri. We have had freezing rain in Michigan. Oh my goodness. We had a couple of days where my car was just covered in ice. It was unbelievable. But that's what winter is in Michigan, right? So I did leave the link at the top that if you want to join Wreath Creators and more, come and join us over there. That's myself and Michelle Noble of A Noble Touches Facebook group. And you don't have to be a wreath maker if you just like anything crafty. You just want to look at all the things pretty. You know, that's just a great place to be. So, hi Mary. Oh, sure. Snow every 3rd day. Oh my goodness. That's the way it has felt like here. So as you can see, again, I'm just wanting a little bit of black to show through. And at this point, you could even, I mean, you could just do a whole layer of red if you wanted. But this one should take the same amount of petals. You're looking at 38 pieces of the 10-inch poly burlap. And let's see, only 8 pieces. Let me think, is that right? 38 pieces. No, I'm wrong. Somewhere I'm wrong here. 38 pieces of the poly, I know that, okay, and then only 8 pieces of the mesh. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little off in my thinking because we didn't layer any of these poly burlap pieces with the mesh like we did in the last video. But so it's a little bit more than 1 roll of poly burlap. And if you're using 2 different colors, you know, there you go. It's pretty easy. So, but I like the looks of this. You could just keep going with these different colors and do like the 3rd layer and just do the opposite of what I'm doing here. And I think that would be pretty too. I will not put leaves on this flower because of the color of the flowers. I just didn't feel like adding green to it really made sense to me. I'm going to turn off my hot glue gun. So I did not use any green. And I'm usually the person who puts leaves on every flower I make. So this whole me not using leaves is kind of different. Okay. The metal form, I'm sorry, that's a good question, Sandra. 10-inch. If you, and I didn't even explain, let me show you guys what I did here. Time out. We took a 10-inch frame. This is for another wreath that I'm making like this, another order. I just kind of did some together. And I just cut out some plastic canvas. I don't have a sheet of it right here beside me. But, and then I connected it with little zip ties. So a 10-inch wreath frame, I get these from consumercrafts.com. I have said this probably in all my lives that I've used a 10-inch frame. That's where I buy these. They're $1.57 a piece. So you can't go wrong with that. So, excuse me, and that just fell on the floor. That is okay. So we need a black one right here. And as I get a little distracted, I do have a wood burner, and I didn't do it in the video tonight. You can get them from Amazon, Hobby Lobby. You can use a coupon at Hobby Lobby and get it 40% off. But let me show you what it looks like. Just this, real easy. Can you see the tip that I'm using? That's what I do. And I have a glass cutting board. You know those glass cutting boards you can buy for the kitchen? Again, Amazon. It's a great place to buy it. So, anyways. Okay. Alright, so one more set of petals, and then we will be working on I'll show you how I did the inside petals. So, I hope, let's see, how long have I been on here, guys? Can anybody tell me? I also wanted to tell you that when this is done, and I can download the video, I can add closed captioning after a live is done, and I figured that out the other day. I should have known this before now. I don't know if this is something new or if it's always been available, but if you need closed captioning, we can do that too. So I just like the looks. Do you guys like the look of the colors in this? I just think it's kind of pretty. I think this would have been really pretty too for Valentine's, even though it doesn't have any hearts on it. It's just the color, the richness of the red to me really is what pops for me. And I like too that I just kind of wait until the end to cut off all my zip ties, because I know that's probably annoying you guys and thinking, why doesn't she cut those zip ties off? So, anyways. Alright, so now we've got all the petals in here, so I'm going to just cut these. And again, I'm using a Titan wire cutters. I bought these off of Amazon, probably 3 years ago. And they weren't a lot of money. I think they're starting to dull a little bit now, but as you can see, they're still doing really good. So Titan, T-I-T-A-N. Okay, so we're going to set this, we're going to move this to the side, and we are going to make petals now. And what we are going to do is, okay, so let's talk about the fabric mesh I'm using. You can find this, okay? Everybody's going to ask me, where do I find it? Now I'm going to tell you, once this video, people watch this video, this might go out of stock. And it's not because I'm doing the video, it just seems like once I do a video on a particular product, they go out of it. So if you want it, you should probably order it soon. It's fabric mesh. It is at Trendy Tree, the Wreath Shop, and Craft Outlet, I believe. I think I saw it at Craft Outlet yesterday, and the Wreath Shop. So again, this is only bought online. You could have gotten this at Hobby Lobby during the holidays, but of course they don't want to offer it to us throughout the year, which is kind of frustrating. But so I cut them 10 inches a piece. Again, your standard petal is going to be a 10 inch by 10 inch, okay? So what I did is I took a piece of the fabric mesh, and I'm going to take a piece of the black poly. Now, you could use the red poly if that's what you want to use. You don't have to do the black. But I use the black because I like the way it pops, the color pops through. Okay, so you're going to, here's your curl side up. We're going to go one corner to the other. I'm going to get the piece of glue out here. And this is kind of like Trish DeStefano's daisy petal technique, and we're just going to gather it. Okay? So as you pick it up, you're just going to gather it here. And this is when I'm going to get out some of my black. Sorry, that's really messy now. But I'm doing it one-handed. I'm going to take a zip tie and I'm going to just zip tie it because it's just easier to keep its shape when we add it if you do that, okay? So, let me cut this off and I'm going to show you, and it goes that way. So what the fabric mesh does is, so you could really do it one of two ways. You can lay it this way or you can lay it this way, but now you're going to have this really substantial petal. And if you can see the poly, it just kind of makes the blacker black and it lets the red kind of pop through, and that's what I like. So I believe we're going to do 8 petals, so we're going to do one more because I already have the petals made. So I'm going to take it again and I'll show you one more time, and then I'm going to show you how to connect it all. Put your black poly inside. You could do this with deco mesh. If you have some really pretty deco mesh that you wanted to do this with, you could use deco mesh. It does not have to be fabric mesh. So you're going to form a triangle, and then you're going to hold this and you're just going to gather it at the bottom. Okay? And I'm going to take a zip tie. Pull it, and there you go. Okay, that one did not go flying. So now what am I going to do here? I'm going to take this and I'm going to take another zip tie, and I'm going to kind of just find a spot. There's just no right or wrong. There's just, you know, do what you like. You might want a bigger center, you might want a smaller center. So as you can see, I just went through there, and I'm just going to lay my petal this way. Now I'm going to lay it this way because this is the order and this is the way I'm going to do it, but you could also do this too. So really, whatever technique you like, just go with it. So I'm just going to connect that. Oh really, Patricia? Old time pottery, I gotta come south. I'm telling you, I need to come south. It is such pretty rich colors. That's what I think too. So I'm just going to move it over and put my zip tie in, take another one, and just zip tie it. Pretty simple. That's all there is, guys. And then we're going to put our middle in, and you got a new wreath. Like I said, I did this with a cream burlap and a gray and cream buffalo plaid, and then I had a did you see the burlap center I did last week? If you saw that live, give me a heart. It's now up on my YouTube channel as well, and I basically did the same thing. So you could do that burlap center if you didn't want to do the rope. So it's on my YouTube channel right now. What do you guys think of the lighting? Yes, we need to do a road trip, Jan. Let's go south. Let's get out of Michigan. We'll go see Patricia. Alrighty. Isn't it pretty, guys? I love the colors. It's just so pretty, and I like the way that these petals kind of lie, and you can just see the buffalo plaid. And again, you don't have to use buffalo plaid. You can use beautiful mesh if you want to line a piece of poly burlap. It's going to be fine. One of the big questions I get is the fabric mesh going to be okay for outside? Yes, it's going to be okay for outside. You may want to spray this with a acrylic clear spray, But yes, this is going to be just fine. And I love poly burlap, so I'm just like a poly burlap fan personally. So whenever I can make something with poly burlap, I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so we're going to do, looks like we're going to do 2 more. And I think that's 8 petals, isn't it? Yep. 8 petals in the center. So 38 pieces of poly and 8 pieces of mesh for this. Fabric mesh, deco mesh, whatever you want to do. So let's do 1 more. And then we will add the center. Okay. What do you guys think? Alrighty. So you can even move your zip ties over if you're worried about them, you know. And then let's take our middle Nancy, sometimes it depends on the batch. I've had white poly burlap come back and it looked gray. So it depends on the batch. Sometimes when they make it, it does come from China. And so all I'm doing here is I'm just putting my chenille stems through. I'm gonna flip this over here in a minute, guys. And I'm gonna pull it through. Okay, so you guys can see it. So let's make sure we got everything here. Okay, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to twist it. And then I just stick my chenille stems back into the canvas mesh. The canvas mesh, is that canvas? I can't think. And then there you go. And then you can just kind of move this along. I'm trying to get the little white flecks. And then I like this one too because it's not a real thick. You can put this in about a 20 by 20 by 4 box, and you can send this to California for 15 bucks. So, which is really a great way to ship. But would it be okay to use scissors to cut poly burlap? Kathy, you could use scissors to cut poly burlap, but it's going to fray a lot. If you're going to learn how to make poly burlap flowers and cut it, I would really recommend the wood burner. You're just going to be so much less frustrated if you use a wood burner. But anyways, I think this turned out really pretty. I like the way it looks. I'm going to turn off this light here. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure how to turn it on. Oh, so you can see it. See if the light, if you can see the colors a little bit better. But thanks for joining me. Make sure you join Wreath Creators and More. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you know, thanks for joining me tonight, and have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you next time. All right, bye-bye.